Okay, well, welcome to the 2019-2020 Cross Country Athletic Banquet Awards. I want to start off by saying, 2019 was another great year for the cross country program, but none of that would have been possible without quite a few people helping us out and cheering us on along the way. So, first off, I want to start out with a few thank yous. First one going to my wife, my daughters, and my parents, and all of my family that have supported me through all my coaching endeavors, but especially this year. A huge shout out goes to Mr. Reitzel. He was our driver to all the meets and to our practices out in the hills. He also, along with Mrs. Hellerick, was a coach for a day at one of our meets, the UNK meet, because I fell ill the night before and the day of. So they both took coaching duties for that day, and I can't thank them enough for that. I was very nervous, but I knew that they were in good hands, so that was great. I also want to thank Mrs. Cheney. She's been a great support to the program, and I hope to see her continue to support us, even though Rye will be moving on after this year. Big shout out to the Shelton Public Schools administration and staff for always being very supportive of the cross country program. Also, another shout out to all the staff and students that gave us some really great send offs to districts, state, and other cross country meets in general. Thank you to the cheerleaders for always putting on some great pep rallies to help pump our kids up before we go run. To all the other coaches from all the other sports, it's not easy being a coach, a lot of time away from your family. So I want to thank them as well. I also want to thank the Booster Club. The Booster Club, as you'll see here in a moment, has graciously decided to dedicate a cross country record board. We went through some different ways to put this out there, but we kind of settled on what this looks like right here, which is the top 10 state performances from each year. And you can see currently we have a few kids on there, such as Rye from this year and Steven from this year as well. Also has top team state finishes, Twin Valley Conference champions, and the Twin Valley Conference runner-ups as well. So very cool. Look for that to be hanging on the wall in the new comments here very soon. All right, so here's your 2019 version of the Shelton cross country team. Easily one of the funnest groups that I've ever had the opportunity to coach. If you happen to follow us on social media accounts, you probably already know that, from our dancing and singing on the buses to just the laughter that we have on a constant day-to-day basis. Although some days were hard to get them to focus, I wouldn't trade any one of them because they kept me on my toes and kept me laughing the whole time. It's hard to highlight such a great year, but we'll give it a shot here in this little slideshow. So the 2019 Shelton Cross Country team consisted of 17 total members. Junior high, we had Ashton Simmons and Michaela Len. Freshman, we had Skylar Summers and Xavier Hellerick. Sophomores, we have a giant group, and I'm very thankful for them. We had Jalen Ullman, Steven Snyder, Kobe Reitzel, Alex Spakansky, Samantha Snyder, and Brianna Pleehall, as well as Christian Bly. Juniors, small group but mighty, we had Angel Len and Jose Montanez. And seniors, as you can kind of spot through this team photo, and we'll get to them here a little bit later, we had Logan Hellerick, Castor Rule, Ethan Dack, and Rye Cheney. I want to give a quick shout out to the junior high kids. We had two solid junior high runners this year. Ashton Simmons, he obviously wanted to outdo Xavier from last year and missed out by one place at one meet, which happened to be TVC runner-up. Ashton won 5 of the 6 regular season meets while taking home, as I said, the TVC runner-up spot. Ashton also placed 25th place at the state cross-country meet held in Papillion La Vista. That's 25th out of about 600 plus kids from all classes, A, B, C, and D. So really, really proud of him for that. And he also may have ran a slightly faster time than Xavier did on the same course the previous year. So he did get Xavier on that spot. Michaela Land also had a very successful 7th grade campaign, winning the Fort Kearney race and placing at all 6 of our regular season meets. She also ran at the state meet and placed 147th, beating over 300 girls at that same meet with all classes. So great job to our junior high kids. Before we get going with the varsity side of things, I want to give a quick shout out to our two twins on the team, Samantha and Steven Snyder. They both earned 2019-2020 NSAA Academic All-State with cross country. It's very hard to juggle schoolwork amongst other activities as well as cross country, but these two did a great job. So I want to give them a big shout out for doing that. Okay, so here's some pictures of our team this year. And while I get ready to jump into some of the cool statistics that we had this year, I want to start out with the girls team. Girls, we had 4 girls out this year. Just enough to make a team. You have to have 4 to make a team. And some of the highlights that we had this year from Jalen, Skylar, Samantha, and Brianna. We didn't bring a ton of hardware home, but the improvement throughout the season was clearly evident. Our highlight of the season came at the TVC meet in Lawrence. There were enough teams to have a team race. Skylar placed 5th and Jalen 7th, which meant they both earned 2019 TVC All-Conference Performers. Our girls team actually only finished a mere 4 points out of the runner-up position, which I think is a great success story for a team that only really had one varsity member coming back. Skylar had previous experience at Gibbon, and then we had 2 newbies, and all of them drastically improved throughout the season, which gives me great confidence for what they can do in the next few years. As far as on the boys side, we had another very successful season, as you can see here, and I'll go through and highlight some of these. We didn't bring as much plaque hardware home this year, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't successful. Our team brought home the Centura Invite Championship and would have been TVC championships if there was another team race. That's happened the last few years for us. They were runner-up at the Gibbon, Minden, Franklin, and brought home the D2 District runner-up plaque. That is the 3rd year in a row bringing home district hardware for this boys cross-country team. I was also very proud of the way the team ran at UNK, by far the largest meet that we run at for Class D, bringing home 4th out of 34 teams with an absent coach. Thank you again to Mr. Reitzel and Mrs. Hellrick for filling in for me. Rye brought home 4 championships. And here's some of his statistics. Those 4 championships were the Fort Kearney meet, Centura meet, Minden meet, and he was the 2019 TVC champion. Rye overall brought home 7 medals. Angel also brought home 7 medals, while placing 12th at the UNK Invite, which I said was the largest meet of the year with over 266 runners. Stephen brought home 3, Ethan 2, and Xavier 2. Rye, Angel, Ethan, Stephen, and Xavier were TVC all-conference runners, as we took home 5 of the top 10 spots. The beauty of our team this year is that we were incredibly rich with running talent. This also made it difficult to decide for the top 6. The week of districts, we had to have a runoff for the 6th and final spot for the district team between senior Castor Rule and sophomore Kobe Reitzel. Kobe took the 6th spot. That meant our district team consisted of Rye, Ethan, Angel, Stephen, and Kobe, as well as our lone freshman, Xavier. All 6 placed in the top 21 of our district meet, and as I said before, took home the district runner-up trophy. Rye and Ethan also punched their tickets individually to state by placing in the top 15 at districts. At state, we matched the highest finish by a Shelton boys team ever with a 4th place finish. Rye led the way, bringing home a 6th place medal and becoming a Class D state runner, all-state runner for 2019. A great accomplishment. With all these highlights, we want to give a special shout out to our seniors. As I was saying, we want to give a special shout out to our seniors. As you can see here, here's the 2019 version of the state cross country team. I want to give them a shout out one more time for placing 4th, really close to being runner up. And they ran absolutely outstanding. I was very impressed with all of them. Great job, guys. So as far as we want to go here with seniors, the first one we want to give a shout out to would be Ethan Dack. We only had Ethan for 2 years, but I think his senior year really proved that if you put the time and effort in over the summer, what you can become. He is the poster child for that. and I can't thank him enough for his dedication. He is one of 2 males on our team to punch their ticket to state on their very own by placing in the top 15 at districts. He's a 2-time letter winner and a 1-time state qualifier. He also is a TVC all-conference runner this year. So great job, Ethan. Thank you for being part of our team. Caster Rule, 3-year participant. You know, I think most of us that know Caster know that there's no one quite like Caster, and I hope he never changes. Caster, we love you. We give you a hard time, and we love that you can take it and dish it right back. He's brought endless energy. I think we all can agree on that. And tons of laughs to this program. He's a 3-time letter winner, a 1-time TVC all-conference runner, a 2-time state qualifier. He was also the alternate this year in case somebody got hurt before the meet. So great job, Caster. Thank you for being part of our program. Rye Cheney. Rye's only been part of our program for 2 years, but he is a 6-year participant to cross country. I give a program pillar award to 6-year participants at Shelton. So we made an exception and gave Rye the XC pillar award, cross country pillar award, because of the 2 years in Shelton and the 4 years prior at Cody Kilgore. Rye is easily one of the hardest workers that I've ever had the privilege to coach. He never complains and just goes about his business. The younger generation can learn a lot from his work ethic and positive outlook. He constantly sees what he is gaining from each workout rather than how it hurts his body and how tired he is after every rep and whatever we might be doing. So I really appreciate that. He is a 4-time letter winner, 2 years here, 2 years at Cody Kilgore. He is a 2-time TVC all-conference runner. He was the 2018 TVC runner-up, the 2019 TVC champion. He is a 4-time state qualifier, 2-time state medalist. In 2017, as a sophomore while at Cody Kilgore, he placed 14th. You have to be top 15 to medal. And this year, as stated before, he brought us home a 6th place medal and helped lead us to a 4th place finish as a team at state. Last but certainly not least, Logan Hellrick. Logan Hellrick is being given the program pillar award, the highest award you can achieve for the Shelton cross country program. Logan has been out for cross country for 6 years here in Shelton. That actually makes him the first male runner to have accomplished this feat and only the 2nd individual ever behind JC Ullman of last year's graduating class. Logan has also been a supreme advocate for the cross country program, and I've loved seeing him grow as a runner and as a person. Thank you so much, Logan, for all you've done. I can't even begin to thank you enough for being part of this program. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're a 4-time letter winner, a 2-time state qualifier, 3-time TVC all-conference runner. You do have a certificate in your envelope, Logan. I promise to get you a physical trophy as I have done in the past for JC. So as you can see, overall this year, we took home 21 boys varsity medals, 2 varsity girls medals, 13 junior high medals. If you're doing the math there, that's 36 medals over 9 meets. We had 7 TVC all-conference awards, 1 state medalist, and a Class D all-stater. Our boys brought home 1 championship trophy and 4 runner-up plaques, including district. Although we lose 4 awesome seniors, we have a solid core of young runners returning. Hopefully we can continue this success by dedicating ourselves this summer. This group has not yet reached their true potential because they haven't put in the time over the summer it takes to get to the next level. If this is done, there's no limit to the success that they can have in the fall of 2020. I always like to end with a quote from our season. This one's for you, Jalen. You feel me?